Welcome. From welcome. From both. Okay. Welcome for coming tonight. My name is Walter Welcome. I'm from Waltham, Pennsylvania. And I've never hosted a comedy celebration before. In Waltham, we do have a barn dance, and it's every Sunday, free admission with a $5 donation. And we like to say when you're coming through Waltham, you should go to the barn dance, and because you're going to have a good time. So the joke that we have in Waltham is that you should go have a barn dance, and it means go have yourself a good time.
I've heard that the folks that come home from the barn dance and they say, I just had a good time.
Yeah, they'll usually say that.
So the barn dances are all day, every day. Sundays at 4 p.m.
Free admission. With a $5
San Did I ever tell you about the time I met the mayor?
Sure didn't.
So, just like any other day, I'm walking down the street, and I say, hey, isn't that the mayor? And it was.
Who would have thought? Maria Foster. You ever come through Owens? You gotta get yourself.
Look at that ass! A malt milkshake.
In Waltham, we have the best malt milkshakes in the world. And of course, my little joke is my world's pretty small. It's about the size of Waltham.
Are the milkshakes, malt milkshakes, any good?
Malt milkshakes are good.
Kevin Chow.
What do you have to say for yourself, Bozeman? Close it up. Sure.
Do you still work at the Waltham Mill?
I've never worked at the well.
I could have sworn you worked at the mill.
Can't say I have.
I thought you still worked there.
Sean Carroll.
So in Bozeman, there's 2 pharmacies.
Sure.
They're both right in the middle of Bozeman. So one's just to the north, and the other's just to the south. southern half of Bozeman. South Bozeman. They all go to the one that's slightly to the south. Because it's close. Grant Molds.
Hey, Bozeman.
Yeah?
Did I ever tell you the story of Waltham Creek?
Sure haven't.
Well, let me tell you. Legend of Waltham Creek has it that my great-grandfather, Albert, well, he bought the property of the area that we have our homestead today. And he went and checked out the land and was looking at the creek, and he heard a noise down the creek, and he said, "What's that noise in the creek?" He didn't know what the noise in the creek was, so he went down the creek, and he saw 2 deer. And he tried to get closer to the deer, so he went down the bank of the creek. The creek has a bank that has a couple of little pine, spruce, oak, three maples. Those are nice looking trees. And he gets down there and he just hit a pebble. He hit a pebble into the creek, and the pebble went and made a splash in the water. And so legend has it, well, what happened was the deer, well, they left. They heard the pebble. So legend has it, you go down to Waltham Creek when there's deer down there, and you drop a pebble in the water, well, the deer, they'll leave.
Jimmy Vincent.
Ariel Hussey.
kind of dance is that?
That's called Morris dancing. In Oxfordshire.
What's Morris dancing?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you would just give me 1 second. Morris dancing is an old dance from England in Oxfordshire. And it's an orally passed down tradition. I'm a member. And we do all sorts of dances, and it involves sticks and flags. It's an all-men's group. It's 45 and over. And so we do this dance every year. We go to Gilbertstow, which is a little town up north of here, and we go to the Garlic Festival, which is coming up in a couple of months.
That's you at the Garlic Festival.
The Garlic Festival. Nice time. It's a really nice time. We also the Autism Country Club up near Syracuse. We go there. That's a pretty good crowd up there, and that's what we usually do. Different shows around the whole upstate New York, and that's all.
Wow. You said it's called Morris dancing.
Morris dancing.
Morris dancing.
Morris.
Chris Scorsese.
Where's Olivia?
How about you enjoying the rest of the performance?
So, I was at the Quiznos Submarine Sandwich Shop.
Well from the well.
So it was in the Bozeman Quiznos Submarine Sandwich Shop. And I go in and I say, "Hey Ed," he says, "Hello. Good sandwich. But well, it's not regular. It's a different girl behind the counter." And she goes, "Well, what's in your regular?" And I go, "Oh boy, there's mustard, pickles, peppers, peppers."
Did you say peppers?
Peppers. And ham. And I said, you know, I'm just not gonna come back to Quiznos Submarine Sandwich Shop on Wednesdays. Because that's when the girl, she's working there.
Okay. Corey Warren. Sure has been a pretty good crowd tonight, huh? Pretty funny crowds. My daughter, she's so funny. She calls me and she says, "Walter, she's so funny." And I was with my buddy George down at the cafe where we go and we have cafe. And she calls me that she's so funny. But I was there with George and I was saying, "George, tell me what's new with you?" And he says, "Well, I've been trying to meet lots of new people every day and all different ages, and I go down to Starbucks, and my buddy Jerry's down there. We go down there usually twice a week, and we hand out truffles and chicken wings at Starbucks. Free of charge, we buy them. And Jerry calls me and he says, one time he calls George, and George is telling me this. So Jerry to George to Walter says, "Hey, they're not taking the chicken wings and truffles." And George says to me, "Well, sometimes it takes 11, 12, 15 people before somebody will take a chicken wing or a truffle." So I go down there, and that's about what it took. Olivia Krebs. Well, this is the first time anybody from Welcome and Bozeman have ever hosted a comedy celebration before. And I hope it won't be the last.
It was hard.
Sure was. There's a thing later that there's a sketch fest tomorrow, another comedy celebration, and we should be there for it.
In here at 9 o'clock.
Yes, it is. Get in here at 9 o'clock.
24-hour sketch fest.
It'll be 24 hours. Of us talking.
Best you leave me. Catch barn dance.
What we're trying to say is have yourself a barn dance. Thanks for coming out.